Hey guys, Mark Walters here again. I know some of you are gearing up for Fan Expo Dallas this weekend, and I was out today running around. I stopped at a little shop and picked up a couple books, and made me realize that maybe it's time to make another video. I actually got a bunch of stuff earlier this week that I was wanting to talk about, but I picked up these little beauties today. Sometimes it pays to stop in some little hole-in-the-wall shops because these were 50 cents a piece. I think this is the fourth Deadpool appearance, if I'm not mistaken, X-Force number 15. And they're in great shape, and so yeah, you just never know what you're gonna find. But that's actually not why I'm really making the video. Earlier this week I went into a store that I like to go to that I don't get to as much as I would like to, but I really want to try to change that because they're great guys. They've always treated me really well, and it's Duncanville Bookstore. If you guys are ever in the Dallas area, or if some of you are in town this weekend for Fan Expo, I would highly recommend checking out Duncanville Bookstore. When you go onto the vendor floor, it's going to be the first booth you see. They have a very large setup. I think it's something like 10 booths all put together, and there's giant yellow signs that say Duncanville Bookstore. But these guys are great. They keep a lot of really good current stuff, and they also have something after my own heart, which is bargain boxes in the shop. I love bargain boxes. I'm a sucker for bargain boxes, and they have these dollar boxes that, and I mean, not like 4 or 5 long boxes. This is like a lot of boxes. It's basically a lot of back stock that they're trying to liquidate. So I picked up quite a few beauties in the dollar boxes, and I'm going to share that with you now, plus a few new things that I got. So without further ado, let's get it going. I'm going to go pretty quick on this to kind of keep this video a little bit shorter than my last one, because I didn't realize I was almost 20 minutes long. So this is Uncanny X-Men 455, just a cool Psylocke cover, Alan Davis artwork. Enjoyed that. Cyborg Superman #1, very cool book, Ethan Van Sciver art. This is X-Force number 7, just a really cool cable cover, Rob Liefeld. I see these every now and then, and I always pick them up, and sometimes you can get them really cheap. The X Factor Special, Jim Starlin and Jackson Geiss. It's a really cool book if you've never read it, and this is like a deluxe format book. I don't know if you can tell that. If you guys are John Cassaday fans, this is something that might have kind of slipped by you. John and I are actually buddies. I've known him since like long before he ever got into comics. I remember when he was struggling to get into comics, and now he's like Mr. Superstar. But this was a personal project he did called I Am Legion, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I think this is the collected 1 and 2, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a deluxe format book. Anyway, they're really nice books. The artwork's phenomenal. If you like John Cassaday, I Am Legion, it's absolutely worth picking up. You have to be careful though, because there's American versions and European versions, and so you want to make sure and grab the American version, which is in English. A few little Alex Ross goodies. The Magog Special #1. Beautiful Superman cover, Justice Society of America. Really dig that cover. Justice League of America #12. Another great Alex Ross cover. Can you really get a bad Alex Ross cover? And this is, I mean, for $1, you know, crazy. Uncanny X-Men #500. And I think this is actually a wraparound cover, if I remember correctly. I had this once before, but I think I either traded it or sold it or something. I got a few oldies in here. Justice League of America #228. Justice League of America #239. A little Vixen action there. Justice League of America #248. These are just really cool, kind of a little more classic books. And I love this cover. I always love this cover. Justice League of America #261. Look at that. How often does text really make the cover like that? Action Comics #536. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the second appearance of the Omega Men. I can't remember. Actually got 2 of those. I just thought this was funny. Action Comics #582. Rebirth. Zero connection with the current day Rebirth, but I wouldn't put it past some dealer to have this on their wall and say, this is the first DC Rebirth. It's not. Well, technically, I guess it is. Adventures of Superboy #1. It was kind of fun, classic book there. Superman #340. Superman #356. Superman #366. I love these Kurt Swan Superman books. A lot of these have Kurt Swan art. Some of these have Rich Buckler covers, like this one, 368. 373, another Rich Buckler Superman cover. This is 394. This is really great. 413, just kind of a cool use of color versus black and white on that one. Superman Special #1, Gil Kane cover on there, really cool. DC Comics presents Superman and Flash #38. I always, anything that's like Superman and Flash together, even if they're not racing, I always pick it up. World's Finest Comics with Superman and Batman 302. I think that's pretty close to the end of the run, if I'm not sure. If I'm not mistaken. I'm tired. I need some sleep. Kind of fitting in with my Superman desires here. I love Superman books. Superman Family. I got a bunch of these. This is like 176, 192, 195, Supergirl, 196, 197. These are great because they're like really thick deluxe format books. 201 for $1. Pretty hard to beat. That's what they cost when they came out way back then. 202. Way back then, by the way, would be late 1970s, 1980-ish. A lot of these are from that era. Again, 203, 204, 207, 208, 210. I need to rebag these. 216, 220, 222. So those are pretty awesome. Got some more Superman stuff, but I'm not gonna show you each one of these because there's just so many. But Adventures of Superman, there's like a whole bunch of these. Marv Wolfman, Jerry Ordway. I'm a sucker for Superman. I'll pick up just about any Superman book. Some of these I probably already have, but I can never remember which ones I'm missing, so I was just trying to fill some gaps. Also picked up a few things there that I was missing. Finally got my hands on this baby, the Venomized all-new Wolverine. I guess this one's now going for like 15 to 20 bucks. I didn't realize it had already jumped up in price. And then I know these came out last week, but Venomized Hulk, Venomized Gamora, the, for some reason, somewhat elusive Venomized Spider-Gwen. Got an extra. Tito, I know you're looking for one. If you need it, I'm happy to hook you up. And then these were in the back issues and just got great deals on them. This is a book that I wish I could remember who it was. I've watched so many videos just in the last week. I can't remember which one of you pointed it out. I think it was QB Comic Addict, but maybe I'm mistaken, and I apologize if I'm miscrediting it, but Uncanny X-Men 199. Now, I actually already have this book, but this is the first Rachel Summers Phoenix. I actually got 2 copies of that. And, you know, books like that, you just never know. They could turn out to be really hot for some reason. So, you know, anytime you can get your hands on it, you always want to try to pick that up when you can. I was very happy about this. Wolverine Origins #10. This is the first stocking. #11. #12. #13. #14. And then I guess I had missed this when it came out. This is Dark Avengers #5 variant cover, also featuring Daken. And I got 2 of those because I just thought it was a sharp looking cover. These were cheap. I couldn't believe how cheap they were. This is a book I've been hunting for a long time. I see it a lot. I never see a really good copy of it, and this one is pretty damn near perfect. This is DC Comics Presents number 87. This was a very important book in the whole pre-crisis Superman and Superboy, kind of the crisis of, you know, multiple Earths and whatnot. So, and for some reason it's just hard to find. You know, you can't find it most of the time you look around for it. This is interesting. I'm curious how many of you guys have seen these yet. What's that look like? Looks like a Batman #1, right? First print? It's not. I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not. These are now being sold at Walmart. Walmart now has these 3-packs where they put 3 different DC books like this, a #1 type book. You can only see the book that's in the front. You can't see what the other 2 are, and they're reprints. You'll notice there's no price tag on here, but other than that, it's exactly the same. So if you're looking for a reader copy of a book like that, which is nearly impossible to get now, even some of the higher printings are going for stupid money, you might want to take a look for that. But you also want to be careful, because I would not put it past some guys to try to sell that and pass it off as a first print, because it sure does look like it. And then finally, I picked these up. I got these off of eBay because I saw somebody else talking about how you should be looking for them. This is Batman 497, the newsprint version, and apparently these are now in demand. What I think is very funny about that is I got into collecting comics in 1990, and I was right there at the beginning of the whole speculator boom. By the way, I got a bunch of these, by the way, because the price was cheap. But it is the newsstand version. Anyway, I was there when that book came out. It was the same time as like Superman 75 and a lot of those other speculator boom books. There's, I hate to break it to people, there's no way this is a rare book. They printed probably like 1 million of these, and I have to imagine that even the newsstand version probably has a couple 100,000 at least. But I suppose it is more rare than the regular one, and the regular one does still sell. So if you're into collecting newsprint or newsstand versions, sorry, you may want to be on the lookout for those, because people are starting to hunt for them now, and I went ahead and picked up some now rather than try to look for them later. I think that's all I got. So yeah, pretty fun little haul. Did want to send some shout outs. I appreciate a lot of the welcoming messages that you guys have left on my first video, and I'll try to make some more. I am going to try to make it out to Fan Expo Dallas this weekend, so hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. Do want to give some shout outs to, of course, Kingdom Comics, Tito, Mr. Rigor Mortis, 86, Dr. Silver Age, Dr. Bonchilla, Seeking Near Mint, Solid 4 ST Bend, QB Comic Addict, Alex the Comic Hoarder, All About Comics, Gizmo 17, Spidey Fan 78, and SPT Killerwood, and Fred Hall Direct. I think those are all the guys that I've either been watching lately or talking to. I'm probably leaving somebody out, and I apologize for that, but you guys are doing great, and hopefully I'll have some fun stuff to show you guys after Fan Expo is over. So that's about all I got, and yeah, man, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.